ब्रह्मस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधि साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं गुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। तस्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वम् सच्चित्सुखं परमहंसगतिं तुरीयम् यत्स्वप्नजागर सुषुप्तमवैति नित्यम् तद्ब्रह्म कलमहं न च भूतसङ्घः तपोभिक्षीण पापानां शान्तानां वेतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्षोऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते बोधोऽन्यः साधनेभ्यो हि साक्षान्मोक्षैकसाधनम् पाकस्य वह्निवत् ज्ञानं विना मोक्षो न सिद्ध्यति अविरोधितया कर्म न विद्यां विनिवर्तयेत् विद्या अविद्यां निहन्त्येव तेजस्तिमिरसङ्घवत् परिच्छिन्न इव ज्ञानात् तन्नाशे सति केवलः स्वयं प्रकाशते ह्यात्मा मेघापाये अंशुमानिव अज्ञानकलुषं जीवं ज्ञानाभ्यासाद् विनिर्मलम् कृत्वा ज्ञानं स्वयं नश्येत् जलं कतकरेणुवत् संसारस्वप्नतुल्यो हि रागद्वेषादिसङ्कुलः स्वकाले सत्यवत् भाति प्रबोधे सत्यसद्भवेत्. That we have covered yesterday, isn't it? Brahmara, we have covered this 6th verse, no?
Yes, we've covered this. Coming back to the raga and dvesha.
Correct.
In order to get rid of the raga and dvesha, or go beyond the raga and dvesha, is it enough if we are just aware that we are getting, like for instance?
Not only you be aware, what is called pratipaksha bhavana. That is, whenever you come across a hate-worthy person, right? You substitute in your bhavana of that person, prema. That hate is a kind of replaced by love. So there is a pratipaksha bhavana. It is not a quiescent operation of trying to be without raga, dvesha, etc. No. It is a positive achievement which will stand in good stead for you in your mind for all times to come.
I'm just reminded. Yeah.
Pratipaksha bhavana at all times, in all events, in respect of all persons, it is required.
I'm reminded of this Chitta Prasadana that Patanjali Yoga Sutra says. He talks of, is that likened to having this? I mean, I think that is because that is something that you do to have an equanimous state of mind, pleasant state of mind. He says you can classify people into 4 categories: those that are happy, unhappy, those that are doing bad deeds, and those that are doing good deeds. He says all the people in the world can be classified into these. So he says, be friendly towards those that are happy, karuna towards those that are unhappy, have compassion, and be indifferent to those that are doing bad deeds, and be happy around those that are doing good deeds. That will take you away from being jealous about them.
Okay.
So would this also aid in
It would.
coming to this state of, yeah.
Anything positive would always be helpful to the mind. Right? Like you got a negative feeling in the mind. Substitute that with a positive feeling. I'm feeling dull today, suppose. That is the negative feeling in your mind. You simply go to the garden area, make a few paces here and there, and tell yourself, I am feeling fine. I'm bubbling with a lot of enthusiasm. Then the mind will accept that. And you will, as though, be bubbling with a lot of energy. Always Pratipaksha Bhavana helps. Okay? Samsara Swapna Tulyo hi Ragadveshadi Sankulaha Swakale Satyavad Bhati. In its own period of time, in the Ajnana period of time, it will shine as though it is real. Swakale Satyavad Bhati. Which one? The samsara. Prabodhe sati asad bhavet. When you wake up to the reality of who you are, prabodhe sati asat bhavet. Samsara becomes asat. Right? There are three things. One is satyam, one is asat, and another is mithya. Satyam is that which is available as a trikala abhatita vastu. Kalatrayepi tishtati iti sat. These are the definitions for sat. Asat is the reverse. It never is, it never would be, etc. Right? Asat. And mithya is what? Swakale satyavad bhati. That swakale satyavad bhati is mithya. Prabodhe sati asat bhavet. When you wake up to your reality, that mithya samsara becomes really asat. It will graduate itself from the mithya stage to the asat stage, like even the snake on the rope. The snake is a mithya janitam. It is superimposed on the rope by your ajnana, by your not having proper knowledge of what is there on the wall or on the ground. And you have projected your own knowledge of a snake on that rope, and that is how the fear started. Now, this snake is mithya janitam, swakale satyavad bhati. Prabodhe sati, when your child brings the torch and shines the torch on that rope, hey Amma, why are you nervous? Why are you being very afraid? Why you are not normal today, etc. Now that happens, Prabodhe sati asat bhavet, snake asat bhavet. That mithya snake has become as though asat. Right? So the three things must be understood separately. Sat, asat, and mithya. Sat is you. Asat is the Jagat. No, asat is not the Jagat. Mithya is the Jagat. You are Sat. Right? That you have two horns on your head is Asat. You never had, neither can you ever grow. That is asat, totally asat. Like even the 3 legs of a rabbit, asat. Rabbit always has 4 legs. One Asami held the 4th leg and was counting the remaining 3 legs and arguing with people, this rabbit has only 3 legs, right? And some intelligent person like you said, leave the rabbit on the floor. When that was left, hey, there is a 4th leg. Then he also realized what happened? The 3 legs of the rabbit is asat. The 4th leg, as though, became mithya in the meantime, not available for perception. That's how it is. Now, shall we go to the next verse?
Yeah.
Any doubts on these verses till now?
Yeah, I wanted a bit of clarity on the raga dvesha again.
Mm-hmm.
We already we are born with a bagload of the purva janma vasanas, which is what determines our raga dvesha in this life. But as we live a day-to-day life, we are still gathering more and more raga and dvesha thanks to our interaction with people and situations and all that. Now, how do we consciously, with awareness, not gather more raga and dvesha in this life, so that we live a life full of
This is where
yeah.
the free will comes. People talk of free will, no? That is the Purushartha. That is the Purushartha. In this life, ihaloke evam, okay, moksha pradam Purushartham asti. That must be made use of at all times. That Purushartham, wielding that free will, very intelligently, very wisely, this is not going to be of use to me. This has troubled me for a number of years. I do not know any number of janmas, but Shastra says yes. Ananta koti janmanam, Shastra says. And I do not know how long more I'll have to live. And I do not also know how many more janmas I need to take. Can I, from today, cleanse my mind of these ragas and dveshas so that I'll be a fitter person for at least my next janma? If not, my becoming a sthita prajna, a jivan mukta, etc., can I make a wonderful path for myself for my next janma? With that determination, you can at all times wield your Purushartha for your benefit. You must wield the Purushartha. That free will must be wielded for your benefit.
Is that free will available at every moment, every action?
Yes. Because raga dveshas, they're troubling you every moment. And all actions will either add to your raga or dvesha. When you are careful at every moment to moment of your life, it will really help. And you will have a lot of peace of mind. Initially, it would be with a great effort, but later on, it becomes a habit for you. Becomes a habit for you to wield your Purushartha for your benefit and eliminating raga and dissolving dvesha. Right? You need not even kind of eliminate raga. You enlarge the raga and dissolve the dvesha. You enlarge. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Enlarge in your mind. Your family is not just limited to what is contained in the 2-3 rooms of your house. Your family is the entire Jagat. Supposing you have that kind of a bhavana, now who do you love and who do you hate? At all times, you will have to do if you want a progress in your life. That is where the commitment comes. That is where the Shat Sampatti, what was mentioned in the Atma Bodha, that becomes very, very important. And that Shat Sampatti will help wield your Purushartha in the best possible manner. Initially, it may look very difficult, but it becomes very easy. It is like even cooking for an young bride who is newly married and poor thing does not know any cooking, and give her a couple of months, she becomes one expert cook. Like that, initially, for dealing with raga dvesha, your effort looks as though tough. But if you want to be tough with raga and dvesha, you will have to wield the tough activity only. Afterwards, it becomes very easy. Shall we go to the next verse, Brahmara?
Yeah, you know, in the very first thing we say in our courses in the Art of Living is, I belong to you. So that kind of a thing, if we actually practice throughout, I think we would reach that state of what you're talking about.
Yeah, that is true. Not only that, like it is mentioned in the Atma Bodha, that you, who is that you? Who is that you who is having this raga and dvesha? Is it not the stula and sukshma shariras? And what does Tattva Bodha teach you? Stula sukshma karana sharirat vyatiriktaha. Is it not? Then when you digest that fully, where is the substratum for, where is the support for raga and dvesha? When the support is removed, raga dvesha will go away. Is it not? Is that understood? The sukshma sharira is what? One of the shariras, which you are not. Stula sukshma karana sharirat vyatiriktaha atma. You are atma. When such is the case, where is the support for raga dvesha? When these 3 shariras are removed, the supporting influence for raga dvesha is simply removed, gone. When it is gone, it is no longer troublesome to you. But till it goes, you will have to make an effort. You will have to make an effort for them to go, for the 3 shariras to go. Yeah. 7th verse. Tavat satyam jagad bhati shuktika rajatam yatha yavanna jnayate brahma sarvadhishtanam advayam. Beautiful verse. Sarvadhishtanam advayam brahma. Sarva adhishtanam. That which is the support of everything. That which is the support of everything. And that is Brahma, which is you really. Why do you say which is you? Go back to Tattva Bodha. Nitya vastu vekam Brahma. Atma kaha? Atma Satyam Tadanyat Midhyeti. Isn't it? When Nitya Vastu is Brahma and Atma is Satyam, and the Satyam and Nitya Vastu must be identical. You cannot have two infinite things. You cannot have two Satyams. When you have two Satyams, one of them will oppose the other one and make that asatyam. So these two will have to be identical. So Sarva Adhishtanam Advayam. Advayam means the one without a second. There is no other Brahma. There is no other Brahma means Atma is there. Atmas are as though several. I am using my words very, very carefully. As though several. You are separate from me. But Atma, which is I, and Atma, which is you, are not separate from each other. They are one and the same. They are one and the same. Example, simple example is, equate all of us to be mud pots, and the pots are kept in the garden. What is available in the pots?
Space.
Akasha is available, no?
Yeah.
Akasha is available now in the mud pots.
Yes.
Is Akasha there in and through the mud pot? The mud pot, the thickness of the mud pot, is not Akasha there?
Yes.
And around the mud pot, is Akasha there?
Yes.
You are the number one mud pot, I am the number two mud pot. In both of us, is it the same Akasha, different Akashas?
Same Akasha.
Same Akasha,
Yes.
right? Supposing I am getting to be old, it's very likely I may not live for a long time, and I, the mud pot, it's broken one day. When I, the mud pot, is broken one day, what happens to the Akasha? That does not go anywhere, it is there.
Remains.
Yeah, it merges with the infinite Akasha. It merges with the infinite Akasha, which is still in you. You, the mud pot, you are still alive and kicking. I, the mud pot, I am no more. But the Akasha, which I occupied as though, like a mud pot, that Akasha has no way to vanish. Atma is like that. Atma is sarvagataha. It is all pervading like Akasha.
The only problem with us is we don't identify with the Atma. We identify with everything else except the Atma.
Correct. That is what
We
this sloka
identify.
is saying.
Yeah,
This
we
sloka is
identify.
precisely that.
Right.
Precisely that.
Mm.
As long as Jagat shines to all of us as real, tavat, see, tavat satyam jagat bhati. As long as Jagat, the world, the universe, shines as real, tavat satyam jagat bhati, shuktika rajatam yatha. Shukti is what? What shell is that? Some shell.
Oyster shell.
Oyster shell, very right. In the oyster shell, okay, when the sun shines on that, it looks as though it is silver. Not only as though, it is silver. I have seen that silver. I'll go and collect it. When I go and collect it and come back into the house where there's no sunshine, this silver has gone. Shuktika rajatam yatha. In that oyster shell, because of sunshine, I have superimposed silver. Rajatam is silver. Like that, on Brahma, which is Sarva Adhishtanam Advayam Brahma, I have superimposed what? The Jagat.
Jagat.
I have the Jagat, superimpose the Jagat. Superimpose Jagat, then we don't know Brahma. As long as this Jagat is real to us, we don't know Brahma. This superimposition, it's not as though we only have done. It is the Brahma's work also. At the time of creation, suppose, anyway, there is another verse in respect of that, we'll cover that. So our vision of the Jagat will have to change into what? Whenever I see anything, it is Brahma that I am seeing. What I am seeing is not the object in the universe. I am seeing Brahma in the universe. That object indeed is Brahma. The scenery is Brahma. The tree is Brahma. The stream is Brahma. The plane that is going in the sky, that is Brahma. Tavat satyam jagat bhati shuktika rajatam yatha yavan najñayate Brahma. Till then, as long as this bhavana that Jagat is real happens, that bhavana is available to you, that bhavana only is there with you, then Brahma najñayate. Yavan najñayate Brahma sarva adhishtanam advayam. It is a support of everything and it is one without a second. And in the Jagat, what are you seeing? Not a second, third, fourth, millions, billions of things. And are they really there? Are they not all Brahma? Like the pot example I have given, several pots. In all the pots, what is there? Is it not Brahma in the form of Akasha? Is it not Akasha? So too, in whatever we see in the Jagat, it is Brahma. You will have to have that vision to substitute in whatever you see in the Jagat, Brahma. Then the Jagat and the happenings in the Jagat will trouble you less and less. Okay? And the earlier Raga Dveshas, Samsara Swapna Tulyo Hi Raga Dvesha Disankulaha Swakale Satyavad Bhati Prabodhe Satya Asad Bhavet, we have seen, no? And all those things, what happens to them? Raga Dveshas also will be taken care of. They will simply drop off. Effortlessly, they will drop off. Yeah.
But the challenge with us, for us, as long as we're living in this world and we are functioning, is to have this at the back of our mind, but function as if they are different, isn't it? Function as if the Jagat is real. Otherwise, can we function? I mean, if, for instance, if you say the plate is Brahma and the dosa is also Brahma, but I eat only the dosa, I don't eat the plate. So that difference has to be there in my mind for me to be able to eat dosa. Take that the decision that this is eatable, this is edible, and therefore I eat the dosa. So isn't this the challenge that we all face as seekers on this path?
Yeah.
On one side, we have to have this, that everything is Brahma, everything is, is one. But at the same time, you also have to function as if they are different, that separateness is there. So how do we, this was my initial question also, how do we integrate this knowledge of Vedanta in our day-to-day life? So that we are able to function I mean, then again, that the aspect of dharma comes in. So I really have this little doubt here. It is.
Okay. Now,
yeah.
Madam, there are three kinds of satta mentioned. One is Vyavaharika satta, another is Pratibhasika satta, another is Paramadhika satta. The Paramadhika satta is that Brahma, right? Pratibhasika satta is like the snake on the rope, right? Like the snake on the rope. Vyavaharika satta is like the plate and the dosha. The plate is different, certainly, from the dosha, which is certainly different from the eta, which is you. So you are in the Vyavaharika satta. In that plane you are behaving, in that plane you are acting. When you are acting in that plane, accept that Vyavaharika satta. But in the back of your mind, your effort must be to get rid of all the kalmasha in your mind, all the mala in your mind, at all times. Even though you are accepting the Vyavaharika satta, your aim is to attain to the Paramadhika satta, which is Brahma. And that is not easily attainable. Tapobihi kshina papanam shantanam vitaraginam. All those people will become qualified students for Atma Bodha. What to speak of a Jivan Mukta. We will have to be aware of this all the time. When you are dealing with members of your family, your husband, children, etc., etc., yeah, have the bhavana. Husband is Brahma, children are Brahma, you are Brahma. But husband is going to the office, you give him his tiffin box, and the children are going away. They're going away with the father to get dropped at school. Don't delay. Give them their piece of bread so they go on time to school. These are Vyavaharika satta activities. While so doing, have that bhavana. You are giving the tiffin carrier to your husband who is Brahma. You are tending to your children who are Brahma. And who is giving these to the children? Brahma is giving to Brahma.
So that shloka in the Bhagavad Gita, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi,
Correct.
Brahmarnav Brahmanahutam.
There's nothing other than that.
So in the world when we function, do we have to apply karma yoga, principles of karma yoga?
You always.
With the background of the Jnana Yoga, that everything is Brahma.
But you see, I'll tell you what, this Jnana automatically comes and embraces you once your mind is equipped with a lot of good things. Once your mind is absolutely clean. Ajnana kalusham jivam jnanabhyasat vinirmalam. Jnanabhyasat vinirmalam. After that, the jnana takes place in the mind. Ajnana kalusham jivam, the kalusha, the kashaya, when it is removed, jnana will take place. It has to take place. Only thing is, there are a lot of questions. Do I take this up? Do I take that up? Etc. Don't have the anischaya buddhi. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kuru nandana. Beautiful prabodha by Bhagavan Krishna. Have the highly beneficial determining faculty with you all the time. But that should be beneficial to you. right? Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kuru nandana. Do I take this up? Do I take that up? But somebody else has said, this is better. That guru has said this. This guru has said this. Take up one thing. Take up one thing and stick to it. Give it a one time. Try till you are exhausted. And that will prove beneficial to you. Karma Yoga Anushtana is not a simple thing. It is required to be practiced by everybody. Because, why? Because any activity is born out of ajnana. Any action is born out of ajnana, and ajnana cannot remove what? The samsara. Ajnana cannot remove the samsara, because which is born out of ajnana, how can this remove? So any activity which is born out of ajnana cannot knock off ajnana at all. But all activities we must undertake to cleanse our minds, in which is the mind is a seat of jnana. For jnana to take place in the mind, we must prepare the ground in the mind. The Upanishad Vakyam, na karmana na prajaya dhanena chage naike amrutatvamanashuhu. When the Guru has told a number of the Shishyas, some of them immediately got liberated, I believe. But we have been hearing this sloka a number of times. Nothing is happening to us. Why? Ajnana kalusham jivam. That is it. That ajnana kalusham, that kalmasham will have to be removed. Then only it's like you are trying to see yourself in a very dirty mirror. Is it possible? It is possible, yes. Your beautiful face will be highly distorted. You will hate that image of yourself. Is it not? Would you like that image? Like that, we must make an effort. When you don't like that image, what do? Don't you clean that mirror very nicely and be happy that you are you? You are. The image is you. There's no change in you. My God, there's nothing wrong with me. I remain as I was. Beautiful. Now, the mind is like the mirror. For the Asami called Jnanam, that Jnanam Asami is always available. But this mind is so very dirty that Asami cannot shine on the mind. Let that mind be clean. Then the Asami will simply come and embrace that mind. So tavat satyam jagat bhati shuktika rajatam yatha yavanna jnayate brahma sarva adhishtanam advayam. Sarva adhishtanam advayam. It's the support of everything. Advayam. And there is no second one. Yeah, Brahmara, can we go forward? Upadane khiladhare jaganti parameshware sarga stitilayan yanti budbudani varini. Beautiful. Budbudani iva varini. Varini is what? A sheet of water, suppose.
Yeah.
Huh? Varini. Budbudani is what? Bubbles.
Bubbles.
The bubbles. Budbudani iva varini, like bubbles in the water, the worlds rise and dissolve in the Supreme Self, in Brahma, and that is a support of all that happens in the worlds. Not only that's a support of the worlds, it is a support of everything else in the worlds. It's a support. Support means upadana karanam. Now here, we must pause for a while and understand what are the things required for creation. For any creation, what are the things required?
You require a material.
Yes.
To make the creating, to create something.
Correct.
And you need the knowledge of what you want to create.
Very right. So the first one you said, that material, in Sanskrit, it is called upadana karanam. Okay. That is what is mentioned in the line. Upadane akila adhare. It is a support of everything, and it is upadana for all the worlds. Okay. Now, upadana karanam, and you must have knowledge of what you want to create, isn't it? You are called the efficient cause. You are called the nimitta karanam. One might say there is another karanam required. Like the pot maker, when he is making the pots, the pot maker has to be seated there at the anvil. That anvil is called the instrumental cause. It is the instrumental cause. There is an instrumental cause, there is a material cause, and there is an efficient cause. Efficient cause is called the nimitta karanam. Okay. Now, in the case of this Jagat, Brahmaji, supposing he has created the Jagat, Brahmaji means not the Brahma of the Trinity. I am talking of the Vedanta Brahma, which is you. Okay. When he has created the worlds, with what did he create the worlds? He is the nimitta karana, fine. Where is the upadana karanam? Where is the material cause?
According to Atma Bodha, it is Maya, but we're not able to understand the concept of how, how this actually happened. This, the concept of Maya itself is so difficult to conceive and perceive.
Right.
As a statement, yes, it is Maya, but how does that actually happen is kind of beyond our imagination, right?
Now, when you go to bed, Brahmara, do you go to bed deciding to have a particular dream?
No.
No. Or do you go to bed saying, I am not going to have any dream today?
No.
No, you can't. None of those. You go like a free bird and sleep off. And when you sleep off, some dreams happen. Where do these come from? And in the dream world that you have created, there is a material required for all the people and places you have created. Where did that come from? You are lying on the bed. You are dreaming of. Where did that mountain come? My God, that mountain requires a lot of material, right? Where did that beautiful river come? Bubbling and dashing against the rocks of the mountain. Where did that come from? And there were birds. flying here and there and picking a little water and dancing on the shores of the river. Where did those birds come? Where is the material cause for those?
That is all within me. It is all about my mental images, my past impressions.
My God, you have such a lot of material to create a mountain, such a lot of material to create a river, and make true the existence of birds, etc. Now you realize on waking up, you don't have all that. But when you are in the dream state, you have wielded what? Maya. Like Brahmaji has wielded Maya to create you and I. Please don't belittle the dream state and the deep sleep state. These are beautiful states of existence given by Paramatma to all of us to meditate on them. Oh my God, what a lovely world I created. Am I capable of creating that world? When I, such an insignificant person, can create such a thing, if indeed I am Brahma, what else I can create? What all I can't create? Just by my projection, everything will come. Like as though it happens in the movie theater. Everything projected on the screen, the white screen, and the movie looks as though the characters look as though real, and you enjoy. Is it not? That Maya. Maya is Yama Samaya. That which is not is Maya. That which is not is Maya. Are that which is not? How can that be the material cause? It became the material cause for you in the dream state. It was not, but you have wielded that, you have used that. Is it not? Nobody else has helped you then. Nobody.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Your dearest, loving child or husband who is lying beside you in the bed, they also did not help you in any way. You dreamt, you created, you enjoyed. Sometimes you suffered. All that required material cause. You are the efficient cause, yes. You are the Brahmaji. But where is the material? Material ought to be there for creation. Where did it come from? Didn't it come from within you? And where did it go on waking up? Actually, it did not go because it was not there. Yama Samaya, because it is not, it as though disappeared. That is when you try to kind of comfort yourself. This Maya, we are wielding that day in and day out in our dream. And we have the capacity to project several things, several worlds in the dream. When such is the case, what to speak of Parameshwara, who is wielding the Maya? See, the difference between Ishvara and the Jiva is what? Jiva is Maya Adhinaha, whereas Ishvara is Maya Atitaha. And Maya is there with both. And we keep on getting buffeted by that Maya, whereas Ishvara wields that Maya for the benefit of you and I and the Jagat. Upadane akhiladhare jaganti parameshware. In Parameshwara, all these worlds will rise and fall, rise and fall. Sarga sthiti layanyanti. Sarga means, sarga is what? Taking birth. Sarga. Sthiti means what? As though remaining. Sthiti, sarga sthiti, the lifespan. Sarga sthiti layanyanti. Laya is what? Death, dissolve. Budbudani varini, like even the air bubbles in waters. Air bubbles in waters. Budbudani varini, and all those things have come from where? Parameshware. The worlds themselves have come about from Parameshwara, right? And all those worlds, they rise and fall, like even the bubbles in the water.
So
It's like
even the karmas and the samskaras are also part of Maya.
Which one?
The karma or the actions we do or the samskaras, the vasanas also are part of Maya.
See, you can't say part of Maya. Samskaras are acquired by you, who is a Maya adhina vastu. Is it not?
Can you explain the Maya Adhina in English? The
Maya adhina means Maya adhina. Okay. Now, yeah, I'll give you what example can I give you? Now, all of us, we keep on reading the Gita, isn't it? All of us know a lot of verses in the Gita. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrutyuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha tasmada pariharyedhe natvam shochitumarhasi is the Prabodha by Shri Krishna. And what does it mean?
whoever is born will have to die. Jatasya hi dhruvo.
And whoever dies will be reborn again. And this is inevitable. When this inevitable truth is available in respect of everybody, where is the need for sorrow? Natvam shochitumarhasi. You don't qualify for any sorrow. But when that kind of a situation occurs in any family, even though we know this verse, even though we study the Gita very, very sincerely and things like that, discuss amongst friends, and that is one of the main topics in satsang. When that kind of a sorrowful situation occurs in the family, don't we cry? We cry uncontrollably. Why? What happened to your wisdom? What happened to your knowledge of the Gita? What happened to your commitment that you will live by the verse of the Gita? What happened to all that? Have you not now become Maya Adhina?
Yeah, Maya Adhina is succumbing to Maya. Is that what it means?
Correct.
Or being under the influence of Maya?
Under the influence of Maya, when, what, and how it does, for whom nobody knows. Aghatita ghatana patiyasi Maya, I said. Aghatita ghatana patiyasi Maya. That which is impossible, you think, Maya will make that possible and show you. Yeah. Any doubts? Brahmana, we just have some 3-4 minutes, I think. We will not have any room for another verse.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it not? We will cover any doubts that may be there. Otherwise, we will have the Shanti part.
So like Mrinal was asking, she was asking about the whether karmas and samskaras are also part of Maya.
Karmas and samskaras are part of Maya. Yeah, see, yes and no. I'll tell you. You are a product of Maya, because Maya is the upadana karanam for you. Brahmaji has made use of that mitti called Maya and created you, the pot. Is it not? You, the pot, is having that Maya as upadana karanam. And with that Maya, you are acting in the world. You are acquiring this and that and that and this. But here, that Maya, though it created you, Brahmaji has taken care to see that you are given a mind which can think, an intelligence which can decide, and a free will, right? And all these things are required to be put to good use by you. Maya will not interfere. So from that point of view, raga dveshas that you have acquired, the samskaras you have acquired, you can't attribute to Maya. All these are acquired by you only. So you have to own up what you have amassed. You must own up. Yeah.
Which means we need to take responsibility for that.
We have to, we have to take responsibility for that. And unless we do that and sincerely accept that we have faulted previously, we can't go forward with a firm step. We must march forward with the commitment that we will redeem ourselves from this dirty mind. Ajnana kalusham jivam. Don't forget these verses. Ajnana kalusham jivam. Ajnana kalusham. Kalusham, where does it happen? In the mind. Jnana abhyasad vinirmalam. And initially, for the jnana to take place, the karma yoga, you will have to adhere to. Whatever activity you undertake that activity without any attachment. Asakta buddhi sarvatra. Asakta buddhi sarvatra, at all times and at all places. Asakta buddhi. Then Ishwararpana buddhi. Whatever you undertake, it is for Ishvara. I am going to offer. And after I offer, with the blessings of Ishvara, I will take the result, whatever the result. In spite of my best efforts, if the result is other than what I desired, I'll still take that as prasada from the Ishvara. Like even when you go to some temples, they will give you, the pujari will give you some kind of a tirtham, which may be slightly bitter. In some temples, they'll give you some neem water. Okay, but that is prasadam. You take it or you will not take. Do you take it or do you not take it? You take it. And with what bhavana you take? Prasada bhavana. It has come from the Lord. It has been offered to the feet of the Lord and it had the blessings of the Lord. And it will have a beneficial effect on me if I take. So that is the prasada buddhi. Ishwararpana buddhi, prasada buddhi, asakta buddhi. These three are the guiding pillars for karma yoga anusthana, which all of us must undertake at all times and cleanse our minds. Okay? I think we must go on to Shanti Patham. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः।
మావయ్య నమస్కారం. నేను అనుని మాట్లాడుతున్నాను.
ఏమ్మా ఎలా ఉన్నావా?
నేను వాక్ వెళ్ళాను. వాక్ వెళ్ళి వచ్చేటప్పుడు అది